right, everybody, here we go. The 2022 year-end room tour coming down the basement. You know, I had to put up my 1992 Marvel Masterpiece frame set, Joe Jusko, the trading cards that got me into the hobby. I really need a better frame for this right here, but we have the promotional Spider-Man card with some of the other ones, Cap, Surfer, Hulk, Psylocke, for that set. Frame's a little bit warped, but it was cool to incorporate some artwork from the old spot to the new spot. And even though the shelving and the floors are done, you're never really done, right? So we're gonna talk about the space, we're gonna talk about the collection, what direction I'm gonna go into, and more. So let's start with the space itself. So this is the GEMpire 2.0. We moved from our last location at the end of June, and this is kind of special because this is the second ever set for YouTube, right? I was always in that old house. So when I was looking to expand, we ended up finding this place. We sold that house and we used the proceeds to do what we did in here. So being that it was the second space and I had some funds to play with, I wanted to do something custom. I wanted to do something that felt special, that felt next level, and felt like gem and collectibles. So the first thing we did was redo the floor in epoxy. So I was gonna go white, maybe something a little bit more traditional, but knowing that all the cabinets and everything were gonna be white, I wanted to make the color really pop, and I went with Gem Mint Blue. It looks like a pool, it looks like the sky. I hear a lot of different comments. I think it came out really great. I am working on the acoustics in here. As you can hear, it's still a little echoey, but like I said, the shelvings are done, the floor's done, but we still have a lot of work to go. Moving over to the right, we have the framed George Molina X-Men art prints from New York Comic-Con and from his Instagram. Have those framed. I love them in the white. And then of course we have the Iron Studios Sentinel diorama set. Now it's a little crowded here and I actually couldn't fit all the proximity pieces. So I have another one of these tables that I'm gonna probably use to spread it out here and display the Sideshow Sentinel. I got Nightcrawler just chilling here for right now, but all of the X-Men proximity pieces from this line, except for a few more that you'll see on the bookshelves. Plus, Iron Studios is gonna be adding their Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse set, so we're gonna have to make space for that. I was thinking we could maybe do something even in the center of the room. So this space is pretty big. It's about 20 feet by 40 feet. So my kind of thoughts were to put a couch situation here in front of the bookshelves, maybe with a rug to help with the sound, and maybe like a coffee table or something so I can read down here. Let's talk about the bookshelves. So for the first time in a long time, I have too much space. I don't have enough books to fill the collection yet, which is actually a good challenge and I accept it. So to the left is gonna be all the indie stuff. I still have all my Turtles books. Got the boys, have some random stuff here. Some of the proximity pieces that wouldn't fit with the Sentinels. And then we're getting over to the Marvel section. So we have these little areas where there were windows down here. We kind of have a little pull away thing set up. So I thought it would be cool to put Stan Lee, the Iron Studios quarter scale statue with all the Marvel omnibus. I put that oversized Todd McFarlane Spider-Man artist edition there, along with the 1/10 scale is in the box there for Stan Lee. So that was kind of a last minute thought to put Stan Lee over all the Marvel books. And the Marvel books, even though it's the biggest of my collection, nowhere near fill up this space. So we went with a lot of front facing books at like the start of a new volume or character or what have you. So that's how we ended up doing that, to kind of spread it out a little bit. Of course, the ladder, like I talked about, I just thought it would be cool if I'm building this big library, I might as well have a library type of ladder. It's functional. You can skate on it like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I ended up putting the manga up top, some Akira and Berserk. And I also ended up putting some more Iron Studios 1/10 scale statues up here for the Mortal Kombat series. Then you get over to the DC Omnibus, same thing, a lot of front-facing books, trying to just fill out the space. But I really like it that I have room to actually grow the collection. You know, one of the main reasons why I wanted to expand was because obviously I was running out of space. So we have a lot of space here. In this little window section, I just got the Batman PF sitting there. Got the little gem that Dez from Mom and Sons gave to us. Got some accolades here, the YouTube plaque. But yeah, built-in shelves. We have LED lighting strips in there from Good Earth. So the Good Earth brand, you can link them all to one remote, and you could do flashing colors, you could do solid colors, you could do all blue, have it blued out in here. Or you could go with white, and that gives it a really bright look. And then we can move over to the statues. That Spider-Man booth is currently in open enrollment for their January subscription box. Not only will you get over $100 in value, which includes 5 comics, store exclusives, and variants, but you'll also get a variant exclusive to this box. For January, it's a Quested #1 with cover art by Alex Regal. They only made 600 of the regular editions, 100 of the foils, and 50 medals. Swing on over to thatspidermanbooth.com right now and sign up for their subscription box. So, really what I wanted to do was replicate what I had at the old place. In the old place, I was accommodating a lot of 1/3 scale statues, and that's really what the collection is moving more towards. So the whole setup is going to essentially look like this, and we're going to be moving out of the 1/4 scale. So I'll talk about that when I get there, but for here, we are working on the Prime 1 Studio Dark Knight's metal line. We have the Merciless, the Red Death, the Grim Knight, the Batman Who Laughs, Dawnbreaker, and the Drowned. I have the Jason Fabok Detective Comics 1000 piece right here, but he's gonna end up having to be moved somewhere else. Down below from Prime 1, we have the Cyborg Superman, the Batman Hush, Nightwing and Poison Ivy Hush. And then I thought it would be cool to kind of pair her with the 1/3 scale Swamp Thing, and then the Deadman from Justice League Dark. So a lot of DC 1/3. We have, man, the center piece of the collection here, Superman, 1/3 scale. Got him as front and center, and then Doomsday below. That's one of the first series that I got into reading as a kid, The Death of Superman. Top tier pieces. As you can see with the built-ins, we ended up doing this crown molding all across the top to really make it blend in. And let's turn on these statue lights to white so you can see how that looks. All right, there we go, bright and white. So my plan is to end up moving into Marvel 1/3 scale. So from Legendary Beasts, we have Magneto, we have their Cap and their Thor. I've got their Hulk on pre-order. Down here, we have some life-size busts with 1/3 scale Joker and Harley, Batman life-size bust with the 1/3 scale Deathstroke. And that's where it ends for now with the 1/3 scale. Now, the 1/4 scale, I don't feel display as well in these cabinets. So what I'm gonna end up doing is getting rid of some duplicate characters first. So like Captain America and Thor, I don't really need them in 1/4 scale and in 1/3 scale. So we're gonna be doing some giveaways for those over on Whatnot. We're actually gonna start with the Batman Who Laughs premium format, which is a great piece, but like I said, I have the character in 1/3. We're actually gonna give that away with Mr. X on Whatnot, January 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to sign up for that. Come join for the giveaways. Another one of my favorites, man, the Queen Studios Venom life-size bust. Have him paired with the Sideshow Symbiote trio right here with Carnage and Symbiote Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man looks good on the riser in the back there, so I may get some more to help out in some other areas. Life-size Spidey bust here. Then we have Silver Surfer, Galactus, and Doom, recent pickups from Sideshow. And then we get down to the Turtles area. So the Turtles are way too small for the bottom shelf, so those are gonna end up going into the arcade and end up eventually being replaced with the 1/3 scale Turtles from PCS. But we have from the animated series, the brothers, got the Krang up there in the back. Then we have the villains, Bebop and Rocksteady with Krang and Shredder, the Last Ronin. And then that leaves the Transformers piece. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this, because even though we got all this space, I still don't really have enough space for all the statues that I have. There still are a couple that are in boxes. Here goes the desk. I was happy to get rid of the wood desk because that one had shelves underneath the top. You would hit your knees on it all the time. So I picked up this desk off Amazon, and it has nothing hindering you on the inside there. Oh, and up here on the bulkhead, I ended up reusing those Marvel and DC canvases that we got from Hobby Lobby. So Marvel over here, and then the DC ones over here. And then the arcade. So if you guys saw like the mid-year room tour, none of this was done, and we essentially just had the arcade done. So right now the arcade is nowhere near done because we ended up painting everything black in here. The walls and the ceiling, and we're ripping up the carpet. We have black bowling alley type of cosmic carpet coming in. Then we're gonna remove all this, lay the carpet down. We're gonna put some of our posters on the wall, some LEDs on the top, and I wanna get some floating shelves built into this large closet space here to do the animated series TMNT, and I'll have the arcade out next to them. So that's where I'm gonna put all the TMNT statues once we get the arcade back set up. It's funny because that was the only thing that was set up. Now it's the only thing that's not. So we got some storage space back here where I have all the arcade one-ups right now. And a bunch of statue boxes. Here we just have a guest room and a bathroom, which we're actually gonna have to be moving into because we're getting our master bathroom renovated. But here we go, man. This was a long time coming. It took a while to find the right contractors. I didn't do this myself, and it took a while to get it completed. Like I said, still not done. I wanna do something in the middle here. We still have a lot of space in this room. I wanted to have some open area so that I can work. So still have a lot of opportunity there. All right, guys, and that is the end of the year room tour for 2022. Crazy to have all this space. Still feels unfinished. Again, we got to get rid of this echo. We need some sitting area over here by the omnibus section, but happy to have it finished. I want to get back on track doing the omnibus reads and reviews. Like we started off real strong at the beginning of the year. Of course, we're going to still have the statue unboxing and reviews. Got to get the arcade room set up, so you got to come back to see when that's finished. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody who's watching. A lot of you guys for over 5 years now. It's been a hell of a ride. We're going to continue to do it. Stay minty fresh. Peace.